Right now at 10, sentencing for a Grove, Oklahoma woman who pled guilty to assaulting a witness in a murder case. Plus, future Dover Hill students get a sneak peek at their new home and get to learn about its construction. And Pittsburgh area businesses show off what they have to offer to residents at this year's Business Expo.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A judge sentences a Grove, Oklahoma woman who pled guilty to assaulting a witness in a murder case. This is KOAM News at 10. Marie Morrow pled guilty to assault with a dangerous weapon in Indian country. She's been sentenced to 30 months in prison and 2 years supervised probation. Authorities say Morrow assaulted a witness in the 2019 murder of Jerry Tapp in an attempt to intimidate them. 2 men, a father and son, are charged with Tapp's murder. You can read more about the case on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Joplin Police Department is searching for an armed robbery suspect. They say the suspect held the cashier at the corner convenience store on Maiden Lane at gunpoint, demanded cash, and left with that cash and merchandise. Now, the employee wasn't hurt. Anyone who has information about this robbery should contact the Joplin Police Department. Got some serious melting business done today. Doug Eddy joining us.
We did. Most of the region that got an inch or less, we got rid of most of it. The areas that picked up several inches of snow in our northern counties, you're still going to have to do some serious melting as we go into tomorrow. 44 for a high, 12. The overnight low. So it was cold last night. We had pretty much clear skies all day long. We are going to get some clouds in here tonight. There's a weak little wave. You can see a few little showers popping up. Most of these aren't reaching the ground. But with it, it drops in a cold front. So our winds switch around out of the north. It drops us into the 20s tonight. And then we start to warm back up as we head into the weekend. Mid to upper 30s across the region. We have a southerly wind kind of keeping our temps up. But again, these are going to be switching around as we go into the morning hours. 27 to start, 37 by 9, 46 by noon. High temp, pretty good, 50 degrees. Winter weather. Back in the forecast. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
All right, Doug, thank you. 4th graders at Columbia Elementary got a first-hand learning experience at the site of their future school. Chi Harris, a teacher at the elementary, teamed up with Crossland Construction and PITTSBURG Education to give her students a lesson in STEM. Students had the chance to take a field trip over to the construction site for the future Dover Hill Elementary to see how construction works firsthand. Now, students got the chance to replicate what they learned at the site after their visit. Day 1 of the Pittsburgh Business Expo kicked off today. This year's theme is a Disco Inferno at the Biz Expo. Businesses were asked to decorate their booths for a chance to win a prize. Officials with the Pittsburgh Chamber of Commerce say it's a chance for local businesses to connect with the community and promote themselves.
It's an opportunity for us to give close to 30 of our local employers the opportunity to come face-to-face with their potential customers. We also, especially in the face of historic low unemployment here in Pittsburgh, we have a lot of our employers that are also using this as an opportunity to showcase job openings that they've got.
The expo continues tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Just as several states lift COVID-19 mask mandates, there are some concerning new findings about a subvariant of the Omicron variant called BA.2. The subvariant has already been detected in 47 states, but how worried should we be? Andy Gaither takes a closer look at some new research.
A cousin of sorts to the Omicron variant could spread faster, may cause more severe disease, and could resist some of the weapons we now have to fight the coronavirus. The findings coming from new lab experiments in Japan released in a preprint study which hasn't been peer-reviewed. Researchers are calling the subvariant BA.2, and it's been on the World Health Organization's radar.
We are certainly watching this BA.2, this is the sublineage of Omicron, because it is showing some kind of level of transmission advantage.
It's been spotted in 74 countries and 47 U.S. states, and the subvariant has already become dominant in 10 of those 74 countries. The study also found BA.2 appears to escape immunity created by COVID-19 vaccines, but health experts say a booster restores protection, making illness after infection about 74% less likely.
We certainly don't want it to run rampant, just like we don't want Omicron to run rampant. And we really want countries to step up the vaccination to beat all these variants.
The new research comes as COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations across the U.S. are coming way down, with several states, including California, lifting mask mandates and transitioning their COVID response to an endemic phase.
Moving away from a reactive mindset and a crisis mindset to living with this virus.
For today's Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Now, the preprint study out this week also found that BA.2 is resistant to some monoclonal antibody treatments currently being used against Omicron. Sticker shock is accelerating at the car dealership. According to new research from Edmunds.com, more than 80% of Americans are paying above sticker price for new vehicles. Compare that to just 2.8% of car buyers last year. The average price for a new vehicle is now more than $45,000. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is taking a close look at Tesla vehicles and a potential mechanical problem. According to the agency, there have been more than 350 complaints about so-called phantom braking, which is when these vehicles stop without warning while in autopilot mode. The administration says around 416,000 Tesla Model 3s and Model Ys from 2021 and 2022 could be affected. So far, there's been no comment from the automaker. The majority of Americans working from home don't want to go back to the office. A new Pew Research poll shows 61% of Americans would choose to remain remote if given the option. That's almost double the amount that said the same in October of 2020. With 64% of supporters saying remote work has made their work-life balance easier. However, 60% said they felt less connected to coworkers. Still ahead, Vice President Kamala Harris prepares to meet with the Ukrainian president amid growing fears Russia is preparing to invade Ukraine. And sentencing for a former Minnesota police officer convicted in the shooting death of a 20-year-old man in suburban Minneapolis. After saying for weeks the U.S. wasn't sure if Vladimir Putin had made the final decision to invade, President Biden says that assessment has changed. And despite Moscow's claims of a drawdown, Russia has increased the number of troops surrounding Ukraine's border to as many as 190,000. Skylar Henry has the latest from the White House.
President Biden says he now believes Russian President Vladimir Putin plans to go ahead with an invasion of Ukraine.
As of this moment, I'm convinced he's made the decision. We have reason to believe that.
The president says Kyiv, the capital, could come under attack in just days. A defense official tells CBS News that 40 to 50% of Russian forces are now in their attack positions, just miles from the Ukraine border. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Vice President Kamala Harris are meeting with allies at a security conference in Munich.
Despite what Russia has said in recent days about pulling back forces from the border, that has not happened. On the contrary, we see additional forces going to the border, including leading-edge forces that would be part of any aggression.
Harris is scheduled to see Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Saturday, but some U.S. officials worry his leaving Ukraine would give Moscow a window to act.
Make no mistake, if Russia pursues its plans, it will be responsible for a catastrophic and needless war of choice.
As tensions mount, President Biden is holding on to hope, saying diplomacy still isn't off the table.
Calling out Russia's plans loudly and repeatedly, not because we want a conflict, but because we're doing everything in our power to remove any reason that Russia may give to justify invading Ukraine and prevent them from moving.
Amid a second day of shelling in eastern Ukraine, Russian media is reporting attacks in the region. The U.S. and Ukraine say those attacks are staged as a pretext to trigger a war. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
And Moscow plans to hold nuclear exercises tomorrow and test ballistic and cruise missiles. President Putin will personally supervise those drills. President Biden could name his historic Supreme Court pick as early as next week as the clock ticks down to his stated end-of-the-month deadline. He says he's done a dive deep on 4 candidates. The president has promised to nominate a woman of color for the position. Senate Democrats have already said they will move quickly once announced. The top Republican on the Judiciary Committee, Chuck Grassley, says he does not believe his party will use tactics to stall. An ex-police officer who killed a 20-year-old man in suburban Minneapolis last April is sentenced to 2 years in prison, significantly less than the maximum. Kim Potter was convicted in December of both first-degree and second-degree manslaughter in the death of Daunte Wright. Potter shot and killed Wright as he tried to flee during a traffic stop in April, claiming she meant to fire her taser, not her gun. Wright's family had asked for the maximum sentence allowable. Later, the Pittsburgh boys have a chance to earn the outright SEK title with a win over Labette County. We'll have the highlights in sports.
Plus, temperatures are going to warm up over the weekend, but 2 storm systems next week. We'll look at that coming up. Well, it's Friday, so we're heading into the weekend. It turned out to be a pretty good day today. We did most of the melting for most of us. They got about an inch or less. Areas that got more than an inch of ice and snow over the past 24, 36 hours. You still got some melting to do, but we'll take care of it all as we head into the weekend. All right, nice live shot. This is Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Parking lots full. It's Friday night. The weekend looks pretty good. Temperatures are going to be better than what we have seen over the past couple days. In fact, big warm up as we go into Saturday. Well, tomorrow, small little warm up. Sunday into Monday. Scattered thunderstorms late Monday. Some of those could be strong, possibly severe, so we need to watch that mainly Monday night. Chances for wintry weather return by Thursday into Friday. Just updated my month-long blog. You can, of course, get my long-range forecast on there. All right, 30s yesterday. Cold start all the way down to about 12, but we did rebound into the 40s this afternoon, and most of us are sitting mid-30s right now. We have a weak little cold front that's going to head toward us tonight, so this will cool us back down into the 20s, but overall not too bad. 37 southerly winds at about 10. Humidity is at 44%. We have pretty much clear skies outside for us right now. Not too much is going on until you head just to the north. We have a weak little wave, weak little cold front. You can see a few random little showers. Most of these are not reaching the ground. We'll get some clouds from this, but that is just about it. Any snow stays well to our northeast. Let's go west. Here's where most of our weather comes from. Nothing organized as of yet, so we are pretty quiet as we go through the next day or two. Let's go through time for you tonight. Upper 20s. We get northerly winds back. That weak little front rolls through. Watch the winds tomorrow. They slowly crank around out of the south. That's going to help us start to warm up, especially by the time we head into the afternoon. 27 to start, 45 by noon, high temp of 50, southerly winds by the afternoon, 5 to 15. Not near as chilly tomorrow night. We only drop back upper 30s to near 40 degrees. And then check this out. We go into the 60s by the time we head into Sunday. So Sunday is going to be great. Gets even warmer as we go into Monday. We should go into lower 70s during the afternoon. We do have the potential to get some scattered thunderstorms that could be strong or low grade severe late Monday into Monday night. Front plows through, much colder on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we stay cold. A weak wave passes to our south. By Thursday, a stronger storm system rolls in. This is going to give us the potential for freezing rain and sleet once again, and then it could finish up as snow on the back side. Now, this is still six and a half days away or so. A lot could change, but at least the data has been fairly consistent with producing this storm system, so we should get some version of it, and we'll really be able to fine-tune it next week. All right, 50 tomorrow, 63 on Sunday, 73 on Monday, and then down to 13 Tuesday night. So that's a 60-degree swing as that Arctic air rolls right back in.
It's like the world's of fun. It's just full of coasters.
It is, so up and down, up and down.
It's going to be a fun ride next week. Doug, thank you so much. Coming up in sports, the Pittsburgh boys aim to earn an outright conference championship, and the Colgan girls try to stay unbeaten against CNC rival Frontenac. Jacob Leonard has that and more next.
Well, tonight is a big night of basketball in southeast Kansas. In Pittsburgh, the Purple Dragons host an SEK doubleheader tonight against Labette County. Now in the boys game, Pittsburgh has a chance to earn the outright SEK title with a win tonight over the Grizzlies. Early on, it's Eli Heston hitting the 3 for Labette County. Grizzlies with the early lead. Now later in the first, Pitt passing it around. This is going to be Grant Rolfs. Open in the far corner. He knocks down the 3. Game tied at 12. Moving ahead now to the second quarter, Mason English. He's pretty good, all right? Steps back for the 3. That extends the Dragons' lead. We'll go back to Labette. Chase Carnahan, on the other end, hits the 3. Bounces up and in, but Pittsburgh, too much tonight. They're outright league champs. They beat Labette County 78-61. In the girls' game, Labette County trying to stay just a game back of Fort Scott for first place in the SEK. Check this out. They had to work a little extra for it. In double overtime, the Grizzlies get by the Purple Dragons 63-58. On the Missouri side, big one in the COC this evening. Webb City on the road against Republic. And this one was a great one. 19 lead changes, but Webb City falls at the buzzer 60-59. Trey Rhodes finishes with 15 points and 9 rebounds. The Colgan Panthers host a CNC rivalry game tonight against Frontenac. On the girls' side, it's a matchup of 2 of the best girls teams in southeast Kansas. Frontenac is 11-4. Colgan undefeated, sitting at 16-0 coming into the night. 5 minutes into the game, Heather Arnett, corner 3 for Frontenac. The game is tied. At the other end, Lily Brown, she was a monster in the first. Brown 11 in the quarter, 16 in the first half. Panthers lead by 2 after 1. The second quarter, Lauren Yagmore gets the steal ahead to Lauren Torrance. Torrance finishes. Colgan pushes their lead to 5 at halftime. The Raiders score just 2 in the third. Lily Brown again there for Colgan. Panthers up 12 heading to the fourth. An early fourth, Yagmore to Torrance. Torrance finishes with 15. Yagmore assisting again, back to Lily Brown and the foul this time. Listen to this, Brown drops 30 tonight for Colgan. Frontenac did make a little late run to cut it to single digits. Sydney Frankenberry jumper goes, but too little too late for Frontenac. Colgan wins it 52-41. They're now 17-0 and they're CNC conference champs.
We set 5 goals going into the season and we've achieved 3 of them. You know, we got 2 left, but this was one of our big ones and we wanted to win it outright this year. So I'm really proud of how the kids showed up tonight. Nothing is too big for them. Nothing, you know, when Frontenac started making a run, they just kept their composure and they just kept attacking. And it's just, I think just how they play together and how unselfish they are, that's pretty tough to beat. You know, when you got a team that's all in, you can't really beat that.
Now the boys' game, it's a good one too. The 13-4 Raiders trying for their 4th straight win. Jalen Van Beesler driving and scoring for the Panthers. He scores 21 tonight. Colgan out to the early lead, but Vinny Pyle going to work on both ends. Takes a charge there on defense. Then on the other end of the floor, goes to the rim and finishes. Raiders down just 2 going to the second. Now more back and forth in the second quarter. Stuart O'Brien muscles his way in for the bucket. And Mario Mangini has the answer for the Raiders. Check out the spin move. Raiders up 3 at half, but the second half was Colgan's. Panthers make it a sweep 63-53. Staying in the CNC, Galena is at home tonight against Columbus. Now, the Galena boys are on a roll right now. They've won 11 in a row and are ranked 3rd in the 3A state rankings this week. The Bulldogs try to stay rolling this evening with a big one against the 12-4 Titans. Tyler Little going to work inside, bucket and the foul. Little scores 14 tonight. Look at this. At the first quarter buzzer, Brett Sarwinski drains the 3. More from the Bulldogs. Zane Turner finds Kobe McLaughlin down low. McLaughlin adds 18. Other end, top of the key for Landon Midget. But this one all Galena. Sarwinski coming in clutch again at the buzzer for the 2nd time tonight. And the foul with that one. 23 points tonight for Sarwinski. Galena, they're CNC champs. They roll by Columbus 67-47. On the girls' game, Bulldogs trying to make it 3 straight and sweep the season series from Columbus. Katie Simpson takes the long pass in transition. She finishes with 12. And then for Galena, Mia Sarwinski hits the 3 there from the right side. 8-point lead for the Bulldogs. Not for long though. Columbus fights back, and before half, Simpson dishes it to Katie Mooney for the 3. Columbus within 1. Then in the third, Grace Major pulls up and knocks down from long range. Just a few minutes to play now. Mooney, Another three from the corner, 41-40 Titans. The freshman makes 4 threes. She finishes with 12. Columbus gets by Galena 45-44.
They just didn't stop. They didn't stop fighting. They make a shot, miss a shot, they were ready for the next play. They just never gave it up. They've done what they did all year, and they fought the whole time. And I'm so proud of the girls. This was such a good win for them. We knew Mia's, she's a handful, and we had to have all eyes on her, and it was really a team effort. It wasn't just one person, it was all 5 of us.
That's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
We take this time now to honor one of our many 4-state heroes. Harold Woodward served in the Air Force during Vietnam in his hometown, Pittsburgh. We're proud to recognize Harold Woodward, tonight's 4-state hero. A fusion of sports and high jewelry. Tiffany & Company unveiled this limited edition Blue Wilson basketball today. It's in celebration of the NBA All-Star Weekend in Cleveland. Basketball is a collaboration between Tiffany, artist Daniel Arsham, whose hometown is Cleveland, Wilson Basketball, and the Cavaliers. It's up for sale in limited numbers at the Cavs stockroom. In case you're interested, it only costs $575. So, I mean, you know, it's something. It's a good engagement basketball.
Hold up, I'm colorblind. I swear that thing was green.
It was a tealish color.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
kind of a greenish teal, to be honest.
Okay.
I mean, they say it's blue, but in that video,
I'm
it looks
evolving
a little green.
over the years.
And a little bit green.
All right, weather-wise looks pretty good for the weekend. 50 tomorrow, 63 on Sunday, and then wild next week.
Jacob Leonard, Final Check in Sports.
The Joplin boys went on the road tonight and beat Willard. I got to give a shout out to Always Right. The dude dropped 40 tonight against Willard. Yeah, huge game.
Yeah. That's impressive.
Yeah, I went to the Colgan Girls game and Lily Brown dropped 30. I thought that was impressive.
You know,
I come back.
I had a game in high school and I dropped 8, and I was pretty happy.
Well, if it makes anybody feel any better, I've never had a game, so I've dropped 0 so far. So, guys, thank you. That is our time for now. We'll do it again next week, and thanks for making us part of your night.